Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Taneja, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Anutin Charnvirakul, elected new Prime Minister of Thailand, replaces Paitongtarn Shinawatra, ousted by court over unethical conduct. UK Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner resigns over tax evasion, makes her the 8th and most senior ministerial departure from Prime Minister Starmer's team. Starmer terms it as the right decision. Mauritius Prime Minister Ram Ghulam to visit India beginning September 9th to hold bilateral talks with Prime Minister Modi in his first overseas visit in the present term. And India's clean energy transition gets a major push, with the VOC port in Tuticorin becoming the first port in the country to produce green hydrogen. Bhum Jayatai party leader Anutin Charnvirakul has been elected as the next Prime Minister of Thailand after the parliamentary vote on Friday. His election ends the ongoing political chaos in Thailand after the dismissal of former Prime Minister Paitongtarn Shinawatra. The opposition People's Party backed Anutin's candidature in return for his promise to dissolve parliament within 4 months. The 58-year-old politician, who was also the Deputy Prime Minister under the ruling coalition led by Paitongtarn's Pheu Thai party, had split earlier in June. This came after the then Prime Minister Shinawatra's leaked phone call with former Cambodian leader Hun Sen on border disputes. He'd also served as the Minister of Public Health in Prayut Chan-o-cha's government from 2019 to 2023 and as Interior Minister in Pheu Thai-led government since 2023. Thailand has been reeling under political chaos after the Constitutional Court dismissed Paitongtarn Shinawatra last month. Shinawatra was removed on the grounds of ethics violation. Next, in a major blow to Prime Minister Keir Starmer's Labour government, UK Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner has resigned days after admitting to underpaying tax on a property in southern England. In a letter to Prime Minister Starmer, she said that she takes full responsibility for the error of not seeking further tax advice on the purchase. Rayner acknowledged that she had underpaid property tax owed when she bought an apartment in southern English seaside resort of Hove. Prime Minister Keir Starmer accepted her decision to resign, adding that it was a painful decision to take. Rayner said that she had decided to quit after the findings of an independent investigation which concluded that she did not heed the caution of legal advice she had received and had breached the ministerial code. On to the US now. President Donald Trump plans to sign an executive order on Friday to rename the Department of Defense as the Department of War. According to a White House fact sheet, the order would authorize Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, the Department of Defense and subordinate officials to use secondary titles such as Secretary of War, Department of War and Deputy Secretary of War in official correspondence and public communications. Since taking office in January, Trump has set out to rename a range of places and institutions, including the Gulf of Mexico, and to restore original names of military bases that were changed after racial justice protests. According to the order, the name Department of War conveys a stronger message of readiness and resolve compared to Department of Defense, which emphasizes only defensive capabilities. Changing the name again will be costly and require updating signs and letterheads used not only by officials at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., but also military installations around the world. On to West Asia now. Israel has claimed that its forces now control about 40% of Gaza City. Israeli military spokesperson Brigadier General Efi Defrin in a news conference said that forces have seized large parts of Zaytoun and Sheikh Radwan neighborhoods. He further said that the operation will continue to expand and intensify in the coming days. The Israeli military spokesperson reiterated that the campaign would only end when Hamas's control was dismantled and Israeli hostages were returned. Israel launched the latest offensive on Gaza City on the 10th of August, describing it as a mission to eliminate Hamas fighters entrenched in the area.
Today we hold 40% of Gaza City. The operation will continue to expand and intensify in the coming days. Hamas will face the Israeli armed forces in their full force in Gaza City. We will increase the pressure on Hamas until it's destroyed. We will continue to pursue them everywhere.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said on Thursday that Washington has told other countries that recognition of a Palestinian state will cause more problems. Britain, France, Canada, Australia and Belgium have all said they will recognize the Palestinian state at the United Nations General Assembly later this month. The moves are designed to put pressure on Israel to end its assault on Gaza and curtail the building of new Jewish settlements in the occupied West Bank region. Rubio was speaking while on his visit to Ecuador. Rubio also said that he would not opine on Israeli discussion of annexation of the West Bank, adding that it was not final.
We told all these countries, we told them all. We said, if you guys do this recognition stuff, it's all fake. It's not even real. If you do it, you're going to create big problems. There's going to be a response from Israel. You're going to make it harder to get a ceasefire. And it may even trigger these sorts of actions that you've seen, or at least these attempts at these actions.
Recovery operations continued into the early hours of Friday after Lisbon funicular railway hurtled off the track and hit a building, killing 16 people and injuring 22. Workers removed two yellow tram-like carriages from a steep hillside in the Portuguese capital after the incident that took place on Wednesday. Authorities on Thursday said that investigation is underway on what caused the funicular railway, popular with tourists, to crash. Flags flew at half-staff and people left the flowers at the site of the crash as Portugal declared a day of mourning. The Pope sent condolences and blessings to victims, relatives and rescuers. Portuguese President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa and Prime Minister Luís Montenegro visited the site of the funicular accident in Lisbon. Lisbon in particular has experienced a tourist boom in the past decade, with visitors cramming the popular downtown area in the summer months. Back in Asia, Afghanistan continues to reel under earthquakes as multiple tremors hit the nation in a span of 12 hours. According to German Research Center for Geosciences, a 5.4 magnitude earthquake shook the southeast region on Friday morning, hours after one late on Thursday night. The latest aftershocks triggered fears of more deaths and destruction in a region where about 2,200 people died in quakes in just 4 days. The week's first earthquake of magnitude 6, just minutes before midnight on Sunday, was one of Afghanistan's deadliest, unleashing damage and destruction in the provinces of Nangarhar and Kunar when it struck at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers. A second quake of magnitude 5.5 on Tuesday caused panic and interrupted rescue efforts as it sent rocks sliding down mountains and cut off roads to villages in remote areas. Meanwhile, the World Food Programme has sent emergency aid to Afghanistan's quake-stricken Kunar and Nangarhar provinces. Initial aid shipments include food supplies and high-energy biscuits, with additional flights scheduled to deliver further assistance and personnel. Many of the communities affected by the earthquake were already struggling after recent flash floods, and worsening weather conditions now threaten to exacerbate the humanitarian crisis. In Africa, health authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo have declared a new outbreak of the Ebola virus. The latest outbreak killed 16 people so far. 28 suspected cases have been recorded in central Kasai province. The World Health Organization said case numbers were likely to increase as transmission was ongoing. Ebola is a rare but often fatal illness in humans. It is transmitted through contact with blood and other bodily fluids. Congo has recorded over a dozen outbreaks of the disease, the last one in 2022 in Equator province. A devastating 2018 to 2020 outbreak had killed nearly 2,300 people in the country. The World Meteorological Organization, WMO, reported on Friday that wildfires, likely intensified by climate change, contributed significantly to air pollution last year. Regions such as the Amazon, Canada, Siberia and Central Africa experienced major pollution spikes due to intense fires. The WMO also warned that smoke from record wildfires in Europe this year could impact air quality in neighboring countries. WMO scientific officer Lorenzo Labrador emphasized that air quality and climate change must be addressed together. According to the World Health Organization, air pollution causes over 4.5 million premature deaths annually. However, some progress has been made in eastern China, where pollution levels have declined. And next we take a look at other stories making news across the world. A tragic bus accident in Sri Lanka killed 15 people on Friday. Deputy Minister of Provincial Councils and Local Government, Rowan Sinarath, stated that a team from the Tangale Municipal Council has been dispatched to provide support to the accident victims and their families. An investigation into the cause is underway. The lacquer painting, President Ho Chi Minh reading the Declaration of Independence by young artist Chu Nath Quang, has been recognized by the Guinness World Records as the world's largest lacquer painting, measuring 2.4 by 7.2 meters and weighing 3 tons. It was displayed at the Spring of Independence exhibition at the Ho Chi Minh Museum, marking Vietnam's 80th National Day. The season's first auction of red snow crabs was held on Thursday at a port in Kami town in western Japan. The head of a local crab fishing association said that it is focused on managing crab resources as well as maintaining freshness and quality. Red snow crab fishing will continue through May next year. And one of Nepal's vibrant and culturally important festivals, Indra Jatra, officially commenced in Kathmandu on Thursday. Once celebrated primarily by the indigenous Newar community, Indra Jatra has evolved into a national festival symbolizing Nepal's cultural unity and diversity. You're watching DD India Live, still to come on this show. In a historic first, Bhutanese Prime Minister Tshering Tobgay visits the Sri Ram Mandir at Ayodhya today. India's automobile sector welcomes GST rate cuts in car spare parts and in lower-end four-wheelers. And 50th edition of the Toronto International Film Festival begins with the world premiere of the documentary John Candy, I Like Me. Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I am Tanvi Taneja. A landmark day for India's clean energy transition. India's Shipping Minister Sarbanand Sonowal inaugurated the Green Hydrogen Pilot Project at the Chidambaram Port Tuticorin, making it India's first port to produce green hydrogen. Established at a cost of over 3 crore rupees, the facility will produce 10 normal cubic meters of gas per hour of green hydrogen, marking a significant step in fulfilling Prime Minister Narendra Modi's National Green Hydrogen Mission and India's net zero commitments. Mauritian Prime Minister Naveen Chandra Ramgoolam will visit India from 9th to 16th of September. India's Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal said that this would be Prime Minister Ramgoolam's first overseas visit in his present term.
The Prime Minister of Mauritius, His Excellency Dr. Naveen Chandra Ramgoolam, will undertake a state visit to India from 9th to 16th of September 2025. This will be the first overseas bilateral visit of Prime Minister Dr. Ramgoolam to India in his present term.
Further, commenting on White House trade advisor Peter Navarro's provocations over India's purchase of Russian oil, MEA spokesperson termed them as inaccurate and misleading, saying India rejects them.
The relationship between the United States and India is very important for us. Both our countries, we share a comprehensive global strategic partnership which is anchored in our shared interests, democratic values and robust people-to-people ties. This partnership has weathered several transitions, as I said before, and challenges. We remain focused on the substantive agenda that our two countries have committed to, and we hope that the relationship will continue to move forward based on mutual respect and shared interests. We have seen the inaccurate and misleading statements made by Mr. Navarro, and obviously we reject them.
On the Russia-Ukraine conflict, India extended support for its early end and the establishment of an enduring peace. MEA spokesperson said India welcomes all the recent efforts towards establishing peace in Ukraine.
As far as the Ukraine conflict is concerned, we welcome all the recent efforts towards establishing peace in Ukraine. We hope that all parties will proceed ahead constructively. India supports an early end of the conflict and the establishment of an enduring peace.
Strengthening India-Bhutan spiritual and cultural connect, Bhutanese Prime Minister Tshering Tobgay, accompanied by his wife Tashi Doma and official entourage, visited the Sri Ram Mandir at Ayodhya in the northern Indian state of Uttar Pradesh today. Prime Minister Tobgay is on an India visit until Saturday, where he will meet External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. The visit comes after Tobgay's earlier trip to India in February, during which he participated in the inaugural leadership conclave of the School of Ultimate Leadership, inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi. The Ministry of External Affairs noted that back-to-back visits underscore the continued close cooperation and deepening ties between India and Bhutan. The Indian Institute of Technology, or IIT Roorkee, held its annual convocation on Friday. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh graced the event. During his remarks, the minister said that technology plays a pivotal role in the development of the nation and India is on its path to becoming the third largest economy in the world. He underlined that the country has made a quantum leap in the space sector while also witnessing a remarkable rise in the number of startups.
In this government in the last 10, 11 years, and I've been going around saying this, that now we are economy number 4. We came from 10 to 4 and then we hope to go to 3 and then 2 and 1. So how do we do that? Where is the value addition going to come from? And that's for the technical people, the researchers and the teachers to think about. So when the value addition will come from those resources which have not been fully explored over the last 60, 70 years, whether that is a sea resource, we have about 11,000 kilometer long coastal area which was never looked into, a whole amount of wealth of mines, minerals, biodiversity, fisheries. Then we have, of course, the space, which is now being opened up to the private sector, started making a quantum leap.
With Prime Minister Modi very clearly articulating India's counter-terror policy of zero tolerance to Pakistani terror, experts are wholeheartedly praising India's proactive posture. Our correspondent Nandita Dagar spoke to Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey, who was at the helm of counter-terror operations in the Kashmir Valley.
We have with us one of the most renowned analysts, military analysts, and we've seen him a lot during the Operation Sindoor. When we've taken a proactive stance, punitive stance against terrorism, India's evolving doctrine.
We need to invest our time in capacities and capabilities, because when you hyphenate your operations to one front war, two front war, technology driven war, or only based on drone or long distance systems or conventional systems, because in this multi-domain operational world, as rapidly the technology is evolving, it is impinging the entire character of war, right? Warfare. So as we evolve, you can't have a book on which you are going to plan your entire capability development. It has to keep on evolving as new systems come, and we need to keep on crystal gaze. Also, we have got live borders. When you have live borders, you continue to have traditional warfare systems while engaging into niche technologies wherein newer form of war systems are coming. The moment you have one set of doctrine which is limiting, you will be either conventionalist or extremely futuristic. Modern futuristic, or somewhere in between you will be nowhere. So we need to straddle the entire spectrum.
India's automobile sector has welcomed the cut in GST rates in car spare parts and in lower-end four-wheelers. Our correspondent Nandita Dagar spoke to Hemal Thakkar of global analytics firm CRISIL, who exuded hope that this will lead to an increase in demand of vehicles.
It's a very welcome step on the automobile sector for that matter, because if you look at segments like small cars, they will get cheaper by about 8 to 9% is our sense. And even if you look at the other categories, the cess and GST put together was almost closer to 50% on certain categories. That has come down to 40%. Even in case of two-wheelers, we will see the prices coming down by about 7%. And in case of commercial vehicles, also a very similar thing. So this is just in time before the festive. This is going to be applicable from 22nd September. So I think this is a brilliant move. This will definitely help in boosting demand to a great extent.
The Toronto International Film Festival returns for the 50th edition on Thursday with a lineup of star-studded blockbuster films, documentaries and series from around the world. The festival is closely watched for its showcase of films starring Hollywood A-listers and independent features from across the globe. DD India's Munmun Bhattacharya reports from Toronto.
The 50th Toronto International Film Festival has begun. What you're seeing right here is one of the multiple red carpets during this festival that screen various movies from around the world. TIFF star on Canada's Walk of Fame has been unveiled, and the opening film of the festival is John Candy, I Like Me. This is a world premiere of the documentary John Candy, I Like Me. It is based on the life of this Canadian comedy icon. It is directed by Colin Hanks and produced by Ryan Reynolds. John Candy's family walked the red carpet alongside the opening night film's executive producer Ryan Reynolds and director Colin Hanks. The documentary features the Toronto-raised actor's life on and off camera, with exclusive home videos, family interviews and collaborators' recollections to showcase the legacy of a career spanning 2 decades.
Well, I mean, the fact that he's from Toronto and was nicknamed Johnny Toronto, it's kind of a no-brainer. So the fact that we're here at TIFF is really kind of like the perfect dream scenario. So I'm very happy about that. And really, I just wanted to showcase not only how talented he was and showcase, everything that he did as an actor, but more importantly showcase the kind of human he was, because he really was a great guy.
5 venues in all are screening films, with red carpets rolled out for select films at the Royal Alexandra Theatre, Roy Thompson Hall, the Visa Screening Room at the Princess of Wales Theatre and the TIFF Light Box. The festival is closely watched for its showcase of films starring Hollywood A-listers and independent features from across the globe, which often set the tone for the awards season, culminating in the Oscars. Director Rian Johnson's latest in the Knives Out franchise, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, will have its world premiere on the 6th of September. Canadian premieres include Iranian filmmaker Jafar Panahi's It Was Just an Accident, which won the top prize at Cannes this year, Joachim Trier's Sentimental Value, and Chloe Shah's Hamnet starring Paul Mescal as William Shakespeare. Guillermo del Toro's magnum opus Frankenstein and Benny Safdie's The Smashing Machine will also have their North American premieres at the TIFF. And who are the big names attending? Scarlett Johansson, Russell Crowe, Jodie Foster, Dwayne Johnson, Rami Malek, Ralph Fiennes and Ryan Reynolds are among the stars attending. One of the several awards presented on the last day of the festival is the People's Choice Award, which is seen as an Oscars bellwether. Past winners include Chariots of Fire, Slumdog Millionaire and Nomadland. The festival closes with Annie Mohn's Canadian romantic comedy Peak Everything. With cameraman YK Loknath, this is Munmun Bhattacharya from Toronto for DD India.
That's all for this edition of DD India Live. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles at DD India Live. And you can also download our DD India mobile app for quick news and updates from India and the world on the go. We'll be back with more news as it breaks air on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.